And take two. Hey folks, Dino here again. And yeah, I was halfway through doing this review when I realised my desk fan had been on the entire time and I had droned out the noise. But obviously that's all you could hear in the recording. So yeah, here we go again. But yeah, this is a Gunpla. I hesitate to call this one a bootleg, to be quite honest. It's closer to like a third party figure, like a Demoniacal Fit or Kong Studios would be, to the Dragon Ball Figuarts line. But yeah, this is the AK model Spartan Warriors Black Dingo, otherwise known as the GM Spartan Black Dog RG, which is a custom version of the GM Spartan, piloted by, is it Renato Germi, I think? I probably butchered that name, if I even got it right in the first place. But yeah, honestly, the moment I seen this design get announced by obviously a brand new company to the Gunpla third party / bootleg scene, I had to have it. Like I looked up the design to make sure it wasn't just made up, and yeah, it's from a game. I think it's Mobile Suit Gundam Operation Fairy, something like that. But yeah, that didn't really matter to me any. At this point, I've been buying Gunpla with absolutely zero idea what they looked like, other than the fact they looked cool. So yeah, I had to have it. I love the GM Spartan. Just the standard one is one of my favourite third party like kits that I've built. That's from XFS. So yeah, when I realised they had a custom one coming out, I had to have it. But yeah, the reason I hesitate to call this a bootleg is because it has brand new parts that this company has created from scratch. Like the head and the shoulders, I think, are tweaked as well from their usual. And obviously the pistols that he's got in his hands, very unique. I love it. Plus, it also comes with the rifle that the GM standard I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. The same one that comes with. So yeah, really, really had to have it, to be honest. But yeah, link will be in the description if you want to buy either this guy, or they're also doing a standard version in the same colour scheme, just the GM Spartan. I'm assuming that's part of his squad. But yeah, I only have the leader, Renati himself. So yeah, but yeah, let's get on with the box, shall we? So yeah, like even the box isn't standard for Gunpla. This isn't your standard like card back paper. This is a full-on cardboard box. Like, it is solid. Like, judging from the corner, it's a good job it was solid, because it looks as if it was bounced off a wall by the AliExpress shippers. Honestly, AliExpress is always the same, regardless. At least I got a box this time, though. But yeah, AK model, up top corner, name of this new company. Judging from the quality of this guy, yeah, keep on coming. Like, if they do that, if they do everything to the same quality they make this guy, I'll quite happily pay a bit extra for like a third party version. But yeah, Spartan Warriors, Black Dingo. Dingo is like a type of dog in Australia, isn't it? I'm not going crazy there. So yeah, I see what they were going with that naming scheme. It's just a bit odd. And yeah, just the outline of the mobile suit itself on the side. Absolutely in love with that helmet design. It's very Gundam reminiscent. But obviously this isn't a Gundam, this is just a mass-produced mech. in the Gundam universe. So yeah, love it. It's kind of just like a nondescript box though. You just get the name repeating all over the place. Apologies to headphone users. All of the sprue is still inside this box because I will be keeping this box. And yeah, it's pretty much the same all the way around. And in the back, you have Spartan Warriors Black Dingo and a front-facing shot of the mech head. So yeah, let's get on with the accessory segment, of which he actually comes with a fair bit. So yeah, as I said before, he comes with some amount of weaponry and hands, by the way. It's actually insane. Like, most official Gunpla, you're lucky if you get an extra pair of hands, like, or maybe the elusive splayed open hand. But yeah, this kit comes with tons. Like, you get, admittedly, weapons that we've already seen before, but it's still nice to see them. For example, you have the bazooka. This is the same model bazooka that I just looked at with a... Oh, I don't think it'll be out yet. The Mark II Gundam, the JMS version. So yeah, that came with that. I will also mention, these can all store on his back, even though there is not enough room for them all. But they did think about it. This comes with an attachment with a peg. Same with this. This is the rifle that we've seen with the G-Line standard armour. The one that I reviewed a couple of weeks back. Even comes with a nice clear piece this time instead of the orange plastic, which is very nice. Quickly becoming one of my favourite rifles. It is actually, I think, canon that he has all this weaponry, by the way. They've not just randomly shoved them in. But yeah, he has a pair of pistols, which are very nice. They fold up, and instead of the ammo packs, like the standard GM Spartan, these have specific slots on the back to store these. Very nice, I do like them. It comes with the standard GM Spartan dagger, which fits in really nicely. I did glue this sort of top part of the sheath onto the rest of it because they always have a tendency to pop out. Very nice. Pair of beam sabers with blades that are honestly the most fluorescent I have ever seen, like of any kit so far, and they're also mega straight. They're brilliant. But yeah, these glow under even the slightest amount of light. So much so that I'm afraid these are actually radioactive. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, Bandai needs to start using this type of plastic more often, because these look as if they're lit up, and they're just sitting here, like, under my lights. But yeah, really nice. I do like them. And yeah, we have a ton of hands here with various uses. We've got the standard pair of just sort of grippy hands, which most high grades come with these days, which is very nice. We then have a pair of standard trigger finger hands, which I have just lost to the carpet monster, one of them, so I'll just show the other one. But yeah, you get one for each hand. We also get the lesser spotted splayed open or relaxed hand. That's mostly used for holding onto rifles and such. We get a trigger finger hand, but it's angled. I believe this is more for the rifle or the bazooka. The normal ones are for the pistols. And then we have a fancy hand, which I honestly had a bit of trouble putting together. This C-clip that holds this on was an absolute pain in the backside. But yeah, it's so that he can do, like, I believe it's his signature pose, where he holds the pistol to his chest, like that. Usually you really can't do that with these with the straight hands, so It's very nice that we get this with a sort of movable wrist. So yeah, very unique, very nice. I do like it. And yeah, obviously he also comes with a couple of sort of plugs. Apologies for the hair. Yeah, these plugs usually go into his backpack, which we will not be doing because this guy has enough armaments that the backpack is obviously not enough. But yeah, let's get the camera back, set up, and take a look at the kit itself. So yeah, the kit itself, like, what is there to say? This is incredible. Like, the quality of this quite honestly surpasses XFS and GMS, like, being completely honest with you. I didn't really think that was possible within the bootleg Gunpla scene. But then part of me, as I said before, struggles to actually call this a bootleg in the first place, because there's so many tweaks here and there to make this different from a standard GM Spartan that, yeah, it's more a third party custom than anything else, like, to be honest. And in the spirit of that, I did build it a bit differently to what the instructions told me. Just to make him look a bit more unique, standing next to all the other Spartans in my collection. So yeah, for example, the front bit, I reversed these little flappy bits. I put those on the back instead of the front, just to have a more uniform look at the front. And I also stuck the beam saber holders to his forearms instead. I actually super glued them there because they weren't staying in place, and I was determined. Usually one of those goes up top on those little plugs there. Those come out, you put that on there, and one of them goes on his forearm. But yeah, I just left both. I debated on whether to put the shoulder shield on there, but I think that bit of red honestly designates his position as like a commander or a captain. So yeah, really like that. I also put a bit of chrome silver in behind the visor, just to make that shine a little bit more. You can see that sort of glimmering in the background. But yeah, oh, and before I forget, these parts here, usually these are holders for the ammo packs, but since you don't get the standard rifle in this set, they just give you holders for the pistols. If I can work out how they go in. Yeah, I really can't see what I'm doing from behind this camera. There we go. So yeah, those just slot on there really nicely. It is good that they give you so many storage options with how much this guy comes with, by the way, just putting it out there. But yeah, I also did a bit of paint penning, some silvers on the thrusters and inside those thrusters as well, and a little bit of silver on these ammo pouches. The ammo pouch section is supposed to be on that side. Again, I flipped it just to make it look a bit unique. And finally, I popped some water slide decals that were left over from the XFS GM Spartans, just to make him look a bit nicer. This one unfortunately didn't come with any water slides, which is a bit of a shame considering like how much I paid, but there you go. And yeah, finally, there's these stickers. You get 3 of them in the box. They're like a real grade style stickers. I can just about make out the fact that it's some sort of dog, like an animal of that. So I just assumed that was the Black Dog logo. So yeah, I stuck it to his skirt. But yeah, overall, like, details on this guy are really crisp. You can also choose when you're building it whether you want these parts to be grey like the bicep area, the upper legs, and the waist, and also the neck. You can make that all navy blue as well, really dark navy blue. But yeah, I kind of like the contrast with the grey, so yeah, I just left it as is, and I think it came out pretty nice, to be completely honest with you. And there's also a sticker on the middle of the V-fin to bring you that splash of red. You can leave it black if you want, it looks good either way. I just wanted that little extra bit of colour, so there you go. And there's also stickers for the sort of head camera at the top, but I didn't like the colour of metallic red that had, so I didn't bother. There's also a couple of other stickers as well, which the instructions didn't tell me where they went, so I'm assuming I missed them. There's like a couple of green dots and green lines and such. So yeah, anyone knows where they go, please let me know. The one sticker that I do not like on this guy is that God's forsaken V on his crotch. That does not stick down properly, and because of how dark the plastic is, it's very difficult for me to put the gold paint pen to it. It'll probably take a few coats if I do, but yeah, just something to bear in mind, that sticker is an absolute nightmare. It does not stick down whatsoever. But yeah, aside from that, absolutely no complaints with this guy. Like, all the joints are really tight. It is a very polycap heavy build, but then that is just the GM Spartan in general. But yeah, not that the polycaps on this one specifically are bad. They do actually work really well, they're really tight. I would hope they would stay tight, but you never know with these third-party companies and bootlegs and such. But yeah, before we go into articulation, the rifle and bazooka that he comes with can obviously still also go on his back. So the rifle has this unique attachment style piece that they created just for it, and that goes into this side piece right here. Pops in really easily, really nicely. I do appreciate it. It does have a tendency to do that though, so bear that in mind. If you are thinking about it, maybe just glue that on permanently. Who knows? Same with the bazooka. This is the one that came with the Mark II Gundam. I don't think the review will be out yet on the channel. That is coming soon. I thought I'd get this guy out first because he's really new and really sought after. So yeah, again, same one that came with the Mark II, but it does have this sort of attachment that just slots through the carry handle, and again, that just pops in to the other peg hole. So yeah, he is not without storage options, but even with so many storage options, if you've got everything on him, the sword or the blade unfortunately does not have a storage space. So I might do what I done with the white GM Spartan, and cut the peg off and just glue it to his waist. We will see. I'm kind of hesitant to like damage this guy because he's more like a real figure, at least in my opinion. But yeah, all in all, details really nice, and I love it, honestly. In terms of articulation, it's pretty much a standard GM Spartan. The neck is a bit better because obviously this is a custom head, so it's not as bogged down as the official one is. So it can look up that much. Can look down a bit there. Side to side, pivot, hinge, back and forwards, all that good stuff. Oh, I should also mention, V-fin, very, very sharp and pointy out the box. Much appreciated. In terms of the arm articulation, this side is kind of restricted because of the shield, the shoulder shield part, unfortunately. Without it, you get perfect range. Like I said before, you can choose just not to put that on there, but I like the aesthetic. And obviously the shield does move ever so slightly. Swivel. There is a butterfly joint, which brings the arm forward about that much. It's a polycap, but it's nice and tight. The ball peg does make it move a lot. Bicep swivel, right there. There's the beam sabers falling off. I really should have thought about that before I did the review. But you live and you learn. Double joint at the elbow, gets about that much range, which is decent enough. Standard ball peg at the wrist. The ab section is pretty much non-existent, doesn't really move much at all. You do get a waist joint though. That's a ball joint or a ball peg. Lots of pivot, swivel, and all that good stuff. The hips, you can cut these in half so that they move separately. They are not like the other ones, unfortunately. They're a bit loose compared to what you're used to. But yeah, you bring that up. Leg ain't got that much. Back a little bit, but solid skirt gets in the way. Thigh rotation. You can bring the legs out. You just have to maneuver these side skirts out the way. And you get a bit more. Just be wary of that. Double joint at the knee, but because of how bulky the armour is, you get about that much. And feet are on a hinge, like so. You can also move the feet in a sort of sandal-like position almost. So yeah, that comes apart like that. Bit strange. Ankle pivot gets about that much, which isn't a whole lot, but you can maneuver the armour pieces around to get slightly more. Swivel obviously, and no toe articulation to speak of. So yeah, all in all, like I said it before, I'm saying it again, this is probably my favourite as of now. Third party / bootleg Gunpla that I own. I already like the GM Spartan. Now that I have a unique version, even better. Bringing in the XFS Master Chief GM Spartan for comparison here. You can see obviously the differences here in the helmet and such. It's still looking very, very nice. Is a bit dusty, I apologise. But yeah, I think I said it before, but all the decals on these came from this guy's sticker sheet, what was left over. But yeah, they still fit, they still look really nice. The reds especially really go with the red accents on the kit. But yeah, overall, I love it. He is yet another GM Spartan to add to my growing collection. I'll soon have an entire shelf dedicated to them. But yeah, love it. Really love it. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you like the look of this suit, this kit? Leave a like if you enjoyed. As I said before, link is in the description if you want to buy this guy or the standard look, this sort of look, just in the same colour scheme as Black Dingo here. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.